Hello, networking editor Chad Brinson here from the editorial and supply chain trenches of CRN. Wanted to give you just a little bit of feedback on a topic that's been very important to us throughout 2010 and for which we've spent quite a bit of time and energy. This month and over the next few weeks especially, you're going to be seeing quite a bit of editorial content in the form of articles, opinion pieces, blogs, community contributions, and other media, all devoted to what we're calling the anatomy of a shortage, specifically the product shortages and lead time difficulties that have rocked the Cisco channel for the better part of the past year. Now, what we knew going into this story was that it was a large-scale, large-scope problem. We spent a great deal of time interviewing solution providers, dozens upon dozens of Cisco solution providers at all levels, distribution executives, Cisco analysts, and other channel experts to really understand the depth of the problem. What we also knew ahead of time was that supply chain issues certainly weren't unique to Cisco. Most of the big manufacturers compete for many of the same components from factories in Asia. And the magnitude of the economic downturn combined with the pickup in business needs coming out of that downturn certainly dealt Cisco and a number of its peers their fair share of blows. But what we didn't know going in and what we sought to find out was how Cisco communicated these challenges to partners and how Cisco helped these partners understand the scope of the situation and set expectations accordingly. At first it was a few casual conversations. We've been hearing from partners for some time that a more open and thorough job of communication by Cisco could certainly have alleviated a lot of the partner headaches, especially around setting customer expectations so to not lose deals and sully reputations. This is business. At the same time, editors here at CRN hear a lot of discussion of all types. Solution providers have gripes, they bring them to us. It's not always easy to determine what constitutes a legitimate story worth following and what's one or two partners needing to blow off steam because the situation isn't working in their favor. That's part of what makes our job, well, interesting to say the least, because it's a lot of follow-up, a lot of back and forth, a lot of speculation and hype versus actionable information, and a lot of threading the needle to make sure we don't give sources a stage to simply rant and make unsubstantiated claims. As we investigated Cisco, interviewing sources, looking through SEC filings, and reviewing quarterly earnings call transcripts and ferreting out tips from a wide variety of sources, it became apparent that the issues of communication by Cisco to partners were definitely for real. And as you'll see from the stories and content, we've tried to do the job of telling all sides of the story here. You have Cisco beset on all sides of its supply chain by a problem no manufacturer ever wants, and needing to tell partners something without getting in trouble under the rules of material guidance required of any publicly traded company. But you have, on the other side, those partners and distributors, really the machinery and circulatory system of the channel, in some cases twisting in the wind, and areas where Cisco been more forthcoming about the scope of the problems and traded maybe a bit of public relations for a bit more open kimono discussion, we might have prevented a few more channel headaches. So as a last thing, remember that these stories usually start with you, the readers, the solution providers, the observers, the people who are there. You're making deals, cutting deals, making sales, wrangling vendor relationships. You're where the rubber meets the road. Do yourself a favor and check out the CRN community. We have a large section of it, as you see here, devoted to supply chain discussions and all of their attendant issues. It's your time and your voice, and we want to make it worthwhile for you.